Hello everyone.
Hello.
So we're here with another interview for the Mint interviews, and I've got a very good friend here. Tell us a little bit about you, like your name and where you come from.
Alright. My name is Siskias. I'm from Ethiopia.
Mhm.
Been in Korea for about 4 years. It's my 4th year now.
All right.
Yeah.
Like, is there any specific reason why you decided to come to Korea? Had it to do with, you know, study or work, or just personally were curious?
My girlfriend suggested it to me, and I'm
Mhm.
like, you know what, I can check it out. And it worked out, surprisingly. It's surprising how life works out in that way.
All right.
But yeah. So I just came here. I'm studying right now at Dong University. I'm doing computer science
Mhm.
fields.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Like, do you feel that in 4 years
Uh,
you were able to understand Korean culture and blend, in the crowd, or has it been? How has it been? Are you still struggling with that, or?
I see. In some ways, I did get used to it, and in some ways, I still have a long way to go. Especially because of the language barrier. My Korean is terrible. It's so bad. And because of that, sometimes it's difficult to understand the culture, people. But then, in some ways, because I spent a lot of time working with them and doing all these things at the university as well, kind of get used to how they interact, how they work. So yeah, that's
So, like, in these 4 years, your priority was always the university, right?
yeah. At some point, I was working with a startup, and I kind of shifted. Wanted to see how the experience was in Korea. Since I'm a tech person, it's like the tech dream to have a startup. I tried that, didn't work out, but it was a good experience. I want to give it a try again. Besides that, it was mostly the university.
Mhm. I think that's the cool thing about Korea, or at least Seoul, is it, like, business-wise, it's very dynamic.
It is.
So there's a lot of like startups showing up, but
Yeah.
some of them like disappear really quickly too,
Yeah.
because it's very competitive.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of non-Koreans who came here and had a lot of struggles with visa, especially those who didn't come for university at first.
Yeah.
So with you, since you came specifically for university from the start, did you have any issues with that, or did you take care of the visa before coming?
For the visa, when I came here, it was alright. I didn't have any problems because I had my letters from the university, all of the documents ready. But staying here every year, you kind of have to renew it, especially if you're not like on a government scholarship. It's very tricky. You have to go to the immigration and deal with all these things, and they surprise you. They like that. They ask for a lot of deposits sometimes. It's understandable in some cases, but then you're a student, you're in a scholarship, especially if you're in a scholarship. Imagine having that much deposit in your bank. It's just very difficult. It's surprising.
Yeah, like for me, I mean, I've been here 3 years, and I mean, I really like Korea, and there's really good sides to Korea. There's bad sides too, of course. One thing that made me really happy when I met you, of course, like we got along well, and like we got like we ride the
We got a
same
lot of talking,
wavelength.
yeah.
But something that really helped me, how can I say, helped my wounds, let's say, is
Yeah.
living in Korea in immigration. I've had so many struggles that
I know.
are so stressful. I guess,
So
like,
true.
I mean, I guess it's not specific to Korean immigration, but immigration in general,
Yeah.
where sometimes the immigration officers, they do not realize what you're going through,
Yeah.
and they ask you. I remember you told me that story, that they asked you for a deposit. You had to do some deposit, and it was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money.
And you had to like ask friends to help you out and gather that money in one account.
Yeah.
And you spent a lot of time, and it was
Exactly,
very
yeah.
stressful
Yeah.
doing that. And then when you went back, the immigration officer,
Yeah, she was like, it's okay. I know you got this money from your friends. I know what you did, but it's okay.
yeah,
Don't do this next time.
Yeah.
So now I'll give you your visa. And all that trouble that I went through, all that stress,
Yeah.
didn't mean anything.
Yeah, right. So you,
That was trouble.
yeah, like you didn't necessarily have to go through all that
Yeah,
trouble
I didn't have to.
to get the visa
Yeah.
at that time. So that really resonated with me because I've been through so many things like that where it seems like they say a little detail, and I'm like, are you sure about that? Because like that's gonna take me weeks to take care of just that one little thing, and they're like completely mindlessly, yeah, just take care of it, and then we spend weeks doing that, and we go out of our way to do that, maybe our work, our
Yeah,
study, to take care of visa stuff, and then we go there, it's done, and then they act like it was nothing, and
Yeah.
and like perhaps it wasn't even like strictly necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you strong, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. It helps me. That's what keeps me going. Is I feel like I learn a lot more about life. I grow as a human
Yeah,
being.
so true.
Yeah.
Korean government likes to give us a lot of life lessons in that aspect. Yeah, it's yeah. Afterwards, like I don't get shaken whenever these kinds of things happen. I try to figure out a way how
You
to
stay
do it.
focused.
Yeah. So that kind of helped. I
Yeah.
guess that's looking at the bright side.
Me too. Yeah. And related to this, like this spirituality or religion help you with these kind of troubles as well? Or?
Yeah, it does. I'm a very spiritual person. It's sometimes there are things that you can't control in life, and most of the time, if you're an overthinker like me, for example, you just think about it over and over again. But then at some point, you gotta let go, and you gotta you know what, it's gonna work out. Either it's gonna be like fate, or like it's gonna be God, whatever it is people believe in. Just letting go really does help. Because if you can't control it, you shouldn't think about it. Just control what you can.
Yeah.
So I kind of believe in that.
Yeah. Me too. Spirituality has helped me a lot
Yeah.
through like these hard times. I think it would be much harder for someone who's not spiritual. I guess. Yeah.
It's yeah. I remember this quote. Something like if you can't control it, don't think about it. If you can, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Just kind of do what you can.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes things happen in life that you can't control. Your response to the thing that happened, it's completely up to you. You can be shocked, you can be like calm and collected and deal with it. But the response is like it's you can't really blame other people for it.
Right.
Some weird stuff might happen after we finish this podcast, but then the response is completely up to you. Like whatever I do afterwards, it's my decision, my choice. So that's I guess that's one way to look at it. Yeah.
And do you have any thoughts for the near future?
Maybe after graduation, I want to see how the Korean startup culture looks like a bit more.
Yeah.
I've been in a couple of startups before, and I want to be involved in it really like a lot, so that I can see how far I can go.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I can say like, oh, I tried and it didn't work out, or it worked out.
Yeah. Like, all right, that's great.
Yeah.
Just to get a little glimpse of like your thoughts on your life in Korea. Like, I just like to say thank you for this short glimpse, but also I'm just really glad that I get to meet people like you, which are, I mean, because the thing is, Korea is not that international, and I do meet, a lot of foreigners anyway, but I think like with you, I really identify myself with you in many ways, and it feels like it grounds me to be with you. Like I feel like because sometimes things get so crazy.
They do.
That to have someone like an alter ego that kind of like grounds me. I'm like, all right, like
I know what you mean.
The world is not falling apart yet.
I'm good. I can calm down now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, man.